there are three main things that I find interesting about the Samsung Galaxy K Zoom, which is this camera phone here. First and foremost, obviously, is if I can show you the lens. So it's got a 10 times 10 times optical zoom, followed by a further 20 times, up to 20 times digital zoom. So, you know, to have that in your pocket, you know, at any time is reasonably handy, or can be reasonably handy. What I don't really like about Android is the user experience. Kind of pressing buttons and things happen, don't they? So anyway, that's the first interesting thing is the lens. 10 times optical zoom, you know, on a phone that will easily fit in your pocket, compared to, you know, I mean, the Galaxy K Zoom is about a year old. This then is an iPhone 6 Plus, with a case on, obviously, because who doesn't buy a case for their iPhone? So, you know, in the day this was quite a chunky phone, but I would argue, you know, if the zoom is important to you, it's no chunkier than me carrying this well protected iPhone around. And this is a really nice case by Ballistic, protects the corners. Anyway, so the first thing is the zoom. I've made an excuse for the phone and its chunkiness, and it's a year old, blah blah blah. And the other thing this can do, which other Android cameras and even video cameras, certainly the ones I've looked at, can't do. What this can do is be powered by a USB power supply, which I've got one here. So make sure there's some power in it. Yes, there is. So if I plug that in, plug this USB power supply in, it's got to be on, or nothing will happen, obviously. And then we can see it's currently being powered. If I can get focus on that, it's currently being powered. Fucking Android! It's currently being powered by the external battery, and this battery is a big one. So 12,000 milliamp hours. You know, people moan about the short battery life on this camera phone. You know, I remember back in the day, you'd carry a battery belt and think nothing of it. You know, notice I say battery belt. Yes, it was a belt covered in batteries. Again, 21st century, this will easily fit in your pocket. And there it is, connected to the phone. So let me just disconnect that. And then the third thing that keeps me watching what Android is doing with optical zooms and all the rest of it, or Samsung in particular seems to be the only one that's really bothering, although Nikon did do a Coolpix with a really early Android version, but obviously turned to shit. I don't know, it disappeared. If I just log myself in here, get past the fucking crappy Android user experience, hang on. Yeah, so, and I've got a launcher on here, it's called Smart Launcher, which I really like, but doesn't make up for the rest of the shitty Android experience, but that's a different argument. You know, so in terms of hardware, got the zoom lens, you can run from a USB battery, which is really useful, you know, if you're using it as a basically a camcorder replacement. And then the other thing you can do is the video you've taken, there's limited on-device editing, but you can trim clips and upload straight to YouTube. You know, so again, that's really useful. So 3 things really: the lens, the power, and on-device uploading. And again, just due to the shitty, what the fuck have I pressed? I mean, you know, this is the downside of Android. Is, you know, things just happen, and why did it beep? You know, I've just touched it, and it's just yeah. So let's try and get the lens back in. Yeah, so that's the downside. Breathe on it and something will happen, which really annoys me. Whereas, you know, your iPhone, basically, you've got one button. You know, these don't really do much that are going to freak you out. But then Android is a different kettle of fish, and does have a 10 times optical zoom after all.